Settle into the quiet of the night, and let the silence take you to a land of sand and eternal sun. For thousands of years, the Great Pyramids of Giza have stood as a silent testament to a civilization's grand power. We are taught that they were magnificent tombs for the pharaohs, monuments to an ancient kingdom's faith and ambition. But what if that is only the official story? What if the truth is far more profound and far more unsettling? For forbidden theory suggests that the Great Pyramids were never meant to be tombs at all. Instead, they were part of a vast global network of ancient technology, a series of immense energy structures built with a precision and a purpose that defies our understanding. This theory, whispered in the shadows of Orthodox history, proposes that the pyramids were a form of ancient Stargate, a portal to the stars, a technology perhaps gifted by an advanced civilization or a race of visitors from another world that was designed to open a door to the heavens. We will journey into the shadows of Egypt's golden age to uncover the evidence for this incredible idea. We will look at celestial alignments that are too precise to be a coincidence, at hieroglyphs that depict strange flying crafts, and at a forgotten energy system that may have powered this entire network. The question is not just what the pyramids were, but whether this technology was truly lost, or if it is still hidden, waiting for a key to activate it again. Close your eyes and prepare to see Egypt like never before. Let the warm desert winds carry you into a history that is far stranger than we have ever been told. As we begin to question the official story of the pyramids, the first and most compelling piece of evidence lies not in the structures themselves, but in their relationship to the night sky. For a theory, known as the Orion correlation theory, proposes that the Great Pyramids of Giza were not built at random, but were a perfect terrestrial mirror of a constellation that held immense importance to the ancient Egyptians. It is a celestial alignment so precise that it defies all known historical possibility, and it leads directly to the core of the Stargate theory. Look to the sky tonight, and you will see the majestic constellation of Orion. Now look specifically at its belt, a straight line of three brilliant stars. The ancient Egyptians associated this constellation with the god Osiris, the god of the afterlife and rebirth. Now look to the ground in Giza. The three main pyramids, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Pyramid of Khafra, and the Pyramid of Menkaure, are arranged in an identical formation. This is more than a simple coincidence. The smallest size of the Menkaure pyramid perfectly corresponds to the dimmer magnitude of the star Mintaka, the third star in Orion's belt. Furthermore, the slightly offset position of the Menkaure pyramid is a perfect match for the slight offset of its corresponding star in the night sky. The correlation is astonishing, a perfect astronomical fit that would have required a knowledge of celestial mechanics and long-term precessional cycles that we simply do not credit the ancient Egyptians with. But this alignment was not just symbolic, it was functional. The theory suggests that the pyramids were a form of cosmic clock, a system designed to interact with the heavens themselves. The three pyramids, in their perfect terrestrial alignment with Orion's belt, were part of an immense planetary-scale machine. The theory proposes that when the stars of Orion reached a specific position in the night sky, a precise energetic alignment occurred. This cosmic event would have activated a system within the pyramids, perhaps opening a portal, a gateway, that connected our world to the heavens. The pyramids, in this view, were not just markers for a dead pharaoh. They were a direct and functional pathway for the soul to journey to the stars and rejoin the gods. The pyramid texts themselves, ancient inscriptions found inside the pyramids, further support this idea. They speak of the pharaoh's journey to the stars, of a divine ascent to the heavens, and of a transformation into a celestial being. The texts speak of the pharaoh ascending to the sky and joining the stars of Orion. This suggests that the Egyptians, in their deep spiritual belief, saw the pyramids as a literal bridge between our world and the afterlife, a portal that would allow the pharaoh to complete his journey to the stars. The alignment with Orion's belt was not an aesthetic choice. It was a profound technological and spiritual act. The Orion correlation theory forces us to look at the pyramids not as static monuments, but as a dynamic and deeply mysterious system. They were a terrestrial counterpart to a celestial formation, a bridge between our world and the heavens, a key to a door that was opened long ago. The alignment with Orion's belt is a silent, glowing testament to a profound knowledge that was lost, and it is the first powerful piece of evidence that the pyramids are far more than we have been told. The journey to the stars may have begun in ancient Egypt. The silent, astronomical precision of the pyramids is a powerful clue, but it is not the only one. For the ancient Egyptians, in their profound reverence for the heavens, left us a vivid and intricate pictorial record of what they saw. When viewed with an open and questioning mind, the hieroglyphs that cover the walls of temples and tombs tell a story that is far stranger than any we have ever been told. They are a literal visual account of flying craft and gods from the sky. In the temple of Osiris at Abydos, a specific series of hieroglyphs stands out as a profound and unsettling anomaly. These carvings, located high on a ceiling, appear to depict what looks like a modern helicopter, a submarine, and a sleek winged aircraft. The forms are so distinct and so anachronistic that they have been a source of both fascination and ridicule for decades. While Orthodox Egyptologists argue that they are simply a result of a recarving over an older set of hieroglyphs, a more careful analysis shows that the symbols are a deliberate and coherent whole. The carvings are not a mistake. They are a direct and visual record of objects that should not have existed in the ancient world. They are a profound clue that the ancient Egyptians were in contact with a technology that was far beyond their own, a technology that was capable of moving through the sky and through the water with effortless grace. But the most compelling hieroglyphs are not of machines, but of the beings who operated them. The walls of ancient temples are filled with vibrant, detailed depictions of what we call the gods. But these depictions are more than just mythical symbols. They are a visual record of gods from the sky descending to earth. The hieroglyphs show beings arriving in what the ancient Egyptians called celestial boats, or boats of heaven. These crafts are often depicted with a flattened bottom and a rounded top, emitting a beam of light or a strange, fiery energy from their underside. The gods themselves are depicted as having strange, elongated skulls, or are shown wearing peculiar headgear that resembles a modern-day helmet. The visual evidence is a powerful and unsettling narrative that suggests the Egyptian gods were not mythical beings, but were in fact extraterrestrial visitors who came to Earth and gifted humanity with incredible knowledge. Ancient Egyptian texts further support this idea. The Turin Papyrus, a detailed account of the kings of Egypt, speaks of the time before the pharaohs when the gods themselves ruled the land. The texts describe a golden age where the Shamsu-Hor, the companions of Horus, descended from the stars to rule over a peaceful, harmonious world. They speak of the gods teaching humanity agriculture, writing, astronomy, and advanced engineering. The pyramid texts, the oldest religious writings in the world, speak of the pharaoh's journey to the stars, not as a symbolic act, but as a literal ascent to the heavens in the boat of the sky. The evidence suggests that the ancient Egyptians saw their own creation not as a gradual evolutionary process, but as a gift, a profound and deliberate act by a civilization that came from the sky. The hieroglyphs are more than just ancient art. They are a profound and detailed visual record of a direct interaction between humanity and an advanced, non-human civilization. The pyramids, in this light, were not just a monument to a god, they were a monument to a visitor. The gods were not beings of myth, they were beings of flesh and blood who came to Earth in flying craft and left behind a permanent visual record of their presence on the walls of Egypt's most sacred temples. This provides a powerful transition to the next chapter as we begin to question what these visitors left behind in the very structures they helped build. The Orion correlation and the hieroglyphic depictions of flying craft are powerful visual clues, but they lead to a more profound question. If the pyramids were a Stargate, how were they powered? The answer, according to a forbidden theory, is that the pyramids were not just monuments, they were immense, planet-scale energy generators. The very structures themselves created a unique energy field that still resonates with the sands of Giza today. The rumors of the pyramid's energy field are not new. For decades, researchers and esoteric thinkers have reported a series of strange and unexplained phenomena in and around the Giza Plateau. Reports from the 1970s speak of scientific instruments malfunctioning inside the Great Pyramid, with Geiger counters and compasses giving off erratic readings. Electronic equipment would inexplicably short out, and batteries would drain at an accelerated rate. These strange occurrences were not limited to instruments. There were a number of unverified reports of individuals experiencing a change in consciousness, a feeling of deep peace, or a strange tingling sensation that they described as a kind of silent, contained energy field. These anecdotal reports gave rise to the concept of pyramid power. This theory, while dismissed by mainstream science, suggests that the geometric shape of the pyramid itself is a powerful conductor of energy. This led to a series of widespread experiments where people placed organic matter and even simple objects, like razor blades, inside miniature pyramid models. The results, while never scientifically verified, were compelling. Razor blades that were stored in the pyramids retained their sharpness for much longer. Food stored within the structures showed a remarkable resistance to decay, and the number of people who meditated inside the models claimed to have an enhanced state of awareness. The idea was simple. The pyramids, regardless of their size, were a form of antenna designed to collect and focus a natural but unseen energy. The most plausible, though still highly speculative, explanation for this energy lies in the very materials of the pyramid itself. The Great Pyramid is constructed from an immense amount of limestone, a rock that contains a small amount of quartz crystal. When placed under immense pressure, and when subjected to the Earth's natural vibrations and a planetary energy grid known as ley lines, these tiny quartz crystals could have been used to generate a form of energy known as piezoelectricity. The massive structure of the pyramid, with its precise angles and immense mass, would have been a perfect conductor, a system designed to channel and focus a low-frequency electrical charge. This energy, while not enough to power a light bulb or a modern device, could have been used for a much more subtle and profound purpose, to open a portal to the stars. Mainstream science, of course, has systematically dismissed all of this as nothing more than a form of pseudoscience. The unusual instrument readings are dismissed as a result of temperature and humidity changes. The anecdotal reports are dismissed as a simple case of the human mind creating a phenomenon that it wants to believe in. The idea of the pyramids as a power source is not supported by any credible, peer-reviewed study, and the entire theory is a direct challenge to our understanding of the laws of physics. And yet, the unexplained reports persist. The idea that the pyramids, with their cosmic alignments and their strange silent energy, were more than just tombs, is a profound and deeply unsettling one. Whether the pyramid's energy field is a fact or a myth, it forces us to look at these ancient structures in a new way. It asks us to question whether a civilization that could build such a monument could also have mastered a form of energy that we have not yet even begun to comprehend. The answer, like the silent energy that is said to radiate from the sands of Giza, remains in the shadows, waiting for us to find it. The mystery of the Giza Plateau extends far beyond the immense pyramids. For thousands of years, a silent, monolithic guardian has stood watch over the desert sands, the Great Sphinx. Its enigmatic gaze is fixed on the horizon, as if it is a silent protector of a secret that is far more profound than the pyramids themselves. For a hidden theory suggests that the Sphinx is not just a monument, but a key to an even deeper mystery: the lost chambers beneath its feet. The legend of these chambers, a hall of records, was popularized by the American psychic and spiritualist Edgar Cayce, who, in his unverified readings, spoke of a library of ancient wisdom that was sealed in a chamber under the Sphinx. He claimed it contained the entire history of an advanced civilization, perhaps even Atlantis, and that it would be reopened when humanity was ready to receive its knowledge. For decades, this prophecy was dismissed as pure fantasy, but in the 1980s, the myth began to collide with science. A series of seismic and ground-penetrating radar surveys conducted by independent teams revealed a series of profound and startling anomalies beneath the Sphinx. The scans showed a perfect grid of interconnected chambers and tunnels, a geometric structure that was not a product of natural erosion, but of intelligent design. The tunnels were precisely aligned, and they led to a massive central chamber that was directly beneath the Sphinx's paws. The discovery was immediately classified, and the information was sealed away by authorities. The official explanation was that the readings were a geological anomaly or a technical error, but for those who saw the scans, the evidence was undeniable. The Sphinx, in its silent, dignified repose, was standing over a profound secret. The purpose of these lost chambers, according to the forbidden theory, was far more than a simple library. The chambers were a vast repository of advanced knowledge, a hall of records that contained not just scrolls and tablets, but ancient technology, star charts, and the complete history of humanity's contact with the gods from the sky. But the most profound theory suggests that the chambers were the very heart of the Stargate system. The Sphinx, in this view, was the guardian of the control room, a central hub that was used to activate and control the pyramids and the immense energy field that they generated. The hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx were the brains of the entire system, a place where a small, select group of individuals could communicate with the gods and control the flow of celestial energy. The discovery of these chambers was the final and most powerful piece of evidence for the forbidden theory. It forced authorities to act swiftly and decisively to seal the area from public view. The truth was deemed too powerful to be revealed, a truth that could fundamentally shatter every known historical and religious narrative. The Sphinx, with its calm and eternal gaze, is a silent guardian of this secret, a timeless symbol of a knowledge that is still hidden beneath the sands, waiting to be activated. The story of the Stargate is not just in the immense pyramids, but in the very heart of the Sphinx itself, a heart that has been beating for thousands of years, waiting for the day that its secrets will finally be revealed. The secrets of ancient Egypt are not limited to the Giza Plateau. In the quiet, dusty expanse of the Nile, 1,000 miles south, stands the magnificent Temple of Hathor at Dendera. While not as famous as the pyramids, this temple holds a profound and unsettling secret, etched into the walls of a dark, sealed crypt, that has captivated the minds of those who dare to question the official story. The secret is the Dendera light, a controversial carving that some believe is a depiction of ancient technology, a working electrical device. The carving, located in a remote and difficult-to-access chamber, is a profound anomaly. It depicts a large, bulb-shaped object reminiscent of a modern cathode ray tube with a filament-like serpent winding its way through the center. This serpent is said to be the god Harsamthus, the god of light, and it emerges from a lotus flower. At the base of the bulb, a figure kneels holding a long, coiled object that some have interpreted as a power cable connected to a device that resembles an ancient generator. The surrounding figures, with their hands raised in a gesture of reverence, appear to be a silent audience to a technological miracle. The mainstream interpretation of this carving is that it is purely symbolic. The bulb is a representation of the underworld, the duat, and the serpent is the sun's rays entering the darkness, a common religious theme in ancient Egyptian belief. The power cable is simply a depiction of a ceremonial offering, and the generator is a symbol of a god's divine power. This explanation, while elegant and plausible within the context of Egyptian religion, cannot fully account for the striking technological similarities between the carving and a modern electrical device. But a forbidden theory suggests that the carving is not a symbol but a literal and visual instruction manual. The bulb in this view is a sealed vacuum tube, and the serpent inside is a filament that, when supplied with an immense amount of energy, would have produced a form of light. The power cord is a clear depiction of an electrical cable, and the kneeling figure is a technician, an ancient Egyptian who was a master of a science that we have completely forgotten. The purpose of this device was not for simple light but for a much more profound and unknown purpose. It was a technology that was used to illuminate the hidden chambers and tunnels of the temples, a device that was powered by a source that is still a mystery. The existence of the Dendera light carving, whether it is a fact or a myth, forces us to re-examine our understanding of the ancient world. It is a powerful piece of evidence that suggests that the ancient Egyptians were not just a civilization of primitive stonemasons and farmers. They were a people who possessed the knowledge of technology that was far beyond what we imagine. The carving, sealed away in a dark and dusty crypt, is a silent testament to a technological golden age that was lost to the sands of time, a time when a simple serpent was not a symbol of myth, but a part of a powerful and deeply mysterious electrical device. The mysteries of ancient Egypt do not stop at the surface. For thousands of years, a profound and unsettling rumor has circulated among the Bedouins and the local villagers that beneath the temples and the tombs of Egypt lies a vast, interconnected network of hidden tunnels, a subterranean world of immense precision and profound secrets. These tunnels are said to lead to a single, final destination, a forbidden chamber that holds the key to a truth that was deliberately sealed from the world. Unverified reports from early explorers and archaeologists from the late 19th and early 20th centuries speak of an accidental discovery of these tunnels. These passages were not winding, natural caverns, but were perfectly straight, their walls polished to a mirror-like finish, and their floors smooth and level. They were so precisely constructed that they could have only been made with an incredibly advanced form of engineering. The entrances to these tunnels were deliberately concealed with immense, perfectly fitted stone doors and intricate false walls that would have been impossible to find without a knowledge of their original design. The tunnels themselves are said to possess a low, humming frequency and a feeling of contained energy, as if they are part of a larger planetary system. The purpose of these tunnels, according to the forbidden theory, was far more than simple transportation. They were the veins of a global energy grid, a vast and silent network that connected all the major sacred sites in Egypt. These tunnels were a way for the gods, from the sky, to move from the Great Pyramid to the Sphinx, from Dendera to Abydos, without being seen. They were a subterranean highway, a form of transportation that was both efficient and incredibly precise. The tunnels were not made for us, they were made for them, a silent and permanent testament to a civilization that lived not only on the surface, but also beneath it. But all of these tunnels are said to lead to a single central nexus, the Forbidden Chamber. This chamber, rumored to be located in the deepest, most inaccessible part of the plateau, is said to be the vault of the civilization, a place where their most powerful and sacred technology was stored. It is said to contain a final, functional piece of technology, perhaps a crystal that holds all the knowledge of the civilization, or a control panel for the Stargate. The chamber was not a simple storage room, it was a sacred sanctuary, a place that was sealed from the world for a specific reason. The ancient Egyptians, in their profound spiritual wisdom, would have recognized that the knowledge and the power of their technology were too profound for a new, less spiritually evolved humanity to handle. They sealed it away, a final act of protection to prevent us from misusing it. The final and most profound aspect of the story is the official secrecy. The rumors among the early explorers and archaeologists were met with a silent and deliberate suppression by authorities. The tunnels and the chamber were sealed away, just as the Sphinx and the pyramids were. The official narrative is one of a lack of evidence, but the reality is one of a profound and deliberate act of concealment. The Forbidden Chamber is not a myth. It is a reality, and the tunnels that lead to it are still there, waiting for someone to find the final hidden door. The secrets of Egypt are not in the desert air. They are in the silent, dark, and secret world that lies beneath it. The mysteries of Egypt, while seemingly isolated, are part of a much larger and more profound global puzzle. For a forbidden theory suggests that the Golden Age of Egypt was not a unique historical anomaly, but a direct legacy of a lost technological civilization. The pyramids, the Sphinx, and the advanced knowledge of the ancient Egyptians are, in fact, the last surviving remnants of the legendary continent of Atlantis. The myths of Atlantis describe a highly advanced civilization with a mastery of a powerful energy source, immense engineering, and an astronomical knowledge that was far beyond our own. But the legend also speaks of a cataclysmic event, a great flood that consumed the entire continent and left a very small number of survivors. The theory proposes that these survivors, carrying their vast and profound knowledge, escaped to other parts of the world and became the gods from the sky that the ancient Egyptians revered. The hieroglyphs of flying craft and strange otherworldly beings are not a record of extraterrestrial visitors. They are a direct visual account of Atlantean refugees arriving on the shores of Egypt. The Atlanteans, in their profound spiritual wisdom, would have recognized that the knowledge and the technology of their lost civilization were too powerful for a new, less spiritually evolved humanity to handle. They did not simply disappear. They chose to share their knowledge in a measured and deliberate way. They taught the ancient Egyptians a part of their knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. The Egyptians, in their deep reverence, used this knowledge to build the pyramids not just as tombs, but as a monument to their shared past. The pyramids, in this light, are not a testament to a single pharaoh, but a timeless memorial to a lost Atlantean civilization that still influences our world today. The most profound connection between ancient Egypt and Atlantis lies in the lost chambers beneath the Sphinx and the hidden tunnels leading to a forbidden chamber. These were not just a simple repository of Egyptian knowledge, but a vast library of Atlantean wisdom. The Hall of Records, which a small number of researchers believe to be located beneath the Sphinx's paws, is in fact the final vault of a civilization that was lost to the sea. It is a place that was built to preserve a civilization's wisdom from a world that had forgotten how to use it. The Stargate, the energy field, and the celestial alignments were not just ancient Egyptian technology. They were Atlantean technologies that were used to build a monument to their shared history and as a final working piece of their technology. The story of Atlantis is not a myth. It is a part of our own forgotten history. The mysteries of Egypt, while seemingly isolated, are a part of a much larger global puzzle. A puzzle that begins with a civilization that was lost to the sea and found a final, peaceful resting place in the land of the Nile. The pyramids, in this view, are not just monuments to a single pharaoh, but a timeless memorial to a civilization that still influences our world today. The story of Atlantis is a profound and deeply unsettling truth that has been whispered in the sands of Egypt for thousands of years, and it is a truth that is waiting for us to find it. The secrets of ancient Egypt, buried under the sands and hidden in the depths of our history, are not just a record of a lost past. For a profound and unsettling theory suggests that they are a clear and concise prophecy of a future yet to come. The most sacred texts and the most enigmatic hieroglyphs speak of a time when the gods will return to Earth, a time when the dormant technology of the pyramids will once again come to life. The prophecy, according to those who study the forbidden texts, is not a simple religious belief, but a scientific countdown, a cosmic event that is tied to a specific celestial alignment. It states that the return of the gods will occur when a particular star or constellation, one that has not been visible in our night sky for thousands of years, will return to its original position. The prophecy is not about a vague or distant future. It is tied to a precise astronomical event that is still to come. This powerful idea connects directly to the Orion correlation theory, suggesting that the pyramids were built not just to honor the gods' past visit, but as a final, monumental countdown to their return. The Stargate was a silent clock, its gears turning slowly through the millennia, waiting for a cosmic signal to begin its final dramatic countdown. But the prophecy is not just about cosmic timing, it is also a testament to our own evolution. The gods, according to the ancient texts, will only return when humanity has reached a certain level of intellectual and spiritual maturity. The hidden tunnels and the forbidden chambers are not a simple secret, they are a profound test. The gods are not returning to simply reveal themselves. They are returning to see if we have evolved enough to handle the immense knowledge and the profound technology that they possess. They are returning to resume a long-dormant relationship with a humanity that they see as their own creation, a humanity that has had thousands of years to either heal itself or to destroy itself. The reason for the gods' return is a subject of great and profound debate. Some believe that they are returning to share their knowledge, to help us heal the planet, and to guide us through the next stage of our evolution. Others believe that they are returning to correct a profound mistake, to right a great historical wrong that occurred when they left. But a final, and perhaps most unsettling, theory suggests that their return is not a gift, but a simple act of coming home. The pyramids and the immense energy field that they contain are not a monument to a god. They are a monument to a presence that is simply waiting to return. The prophecy of the god's return is a profound and deeply unsettling truth that has been whispered in the sands of Egypt for thousands of years. It is a story that has been suppressed by a world that is afraid of the truth, a truth that could fundamentally shatter our society and our beliefs. The mystery of the pyramids is not about a forgotten past. It is about a profound and deeply unsettling future that is written in the stars and waiting for us to find it. The question is not just whether we are ready for the truth, but whether the gods themselves are ready for a new humanity that has risen in their absence. The most profound question we can ask about the pyramids of Giza is not about their past, but about their present. All the evidence, the impossible alignments with Orion's belt, the unsettling rumors of an energy field, the hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx, and the prophecies of a return leads to a single, unsettling conclusion. The Stargate is not a piece of history. It is a dormant piece of technology that is still there waiting. But a new question remains: could the Stargate still work today? The forbidden theory suggests that the Stargate is not broken. It is simply in a state of deep technological sleep. The immense energy field of the pyramids is not gone, but has simply been reduced to a faint, low hum, a silent frequency that can only be detected with highly specialized instruments. This is the Stargate in a standby mode, waiting for the right conditions to reactivate. The prophecy of the gods' return, with its specific astronomical alignments, is the activation code, the final key that will awaken the dormant technology. The theory is that when the stars are in their correct positions, the pyramids will once again hum with immense energy, their secrets will be revealed, and the Stargate will once again open. But there is a more profound and unsettling question that remains. What if the Stargate's activation is not dependent on a celestial alignment alone? What if it is dependent on us, on a piece of technology that is still hidden in the forbidden chambers of the Sphinx? The legends speak of a key, a piece of Atlantean technology that was used to activate the Stargate, a device that was sealed away to prevent an accidental or premature activation. The possibility remains that this key, this final piece of the puzzle, is still there, waiting for someone to find it. The entire Giza complex, with its perfect alignments and its strange energy field, is a single, immense, and profoundly mysterious machine that has been waiting for thousands of years to be turned on. The very real and very profound reason for the secrecy that surrounds the Giza Plateau is not to protect the past, but to contain the present. The Egyptian government and other international agencies are not just hiding a historical artifact, they are containing a powerful and transformative piece of technology that they do not know how to control. They are aware that the Stargate is still functional, that it is simply waiting for a final crucial moment to come to life. The fear is not that the Stargate is a myth, it is that it is a reality, and that it could be activated by an unknown party at any time. The pyramids of Giza are not a silent, dead monument to a lost civilization. They are a profound, living, and potentially active piece of ancient technology. The question is not just whether the Stargate could still work today, but whether we as a civilization are ready for what would happen if it did. The pyramids, with their silent, unchanging faces, are a silent and eternal testament to a technology that is still with us, a technology that is waiting for a cosmic signal to awaken its secrets. The answer to this question, like the hidden tunnels and the forbidden chambers, remains in the shadows. We have journeyed through the sands of time, from the silent, cosmic alignment of the pyramids to the mysterious depths of the lost chambers beneath the Sphinx. We have dared to question the official story, to look at ancient texts and hieroglyphs not as myths, but as a potential record of a profound technological past. Now, as the journey comes to a close, we are left not with an answer, but with a series of competing theories and a number of truly profound, unanswered questions. The ultimate question is not about the pyramids, but about us. There are three final theories that attempt to explain the impossible knowledge and technology of the ancient Egyptians. Each one, in its own way, is both beautiful and deeply unsettling, and each asks us to re-examine our own place in the cosmos. First, there is the theory of the human imagination. This view, while it may be the most grounded, is in its own way the most powerful. It suggests that all the evidence, the Orion correlation, the energy fields, the hieroglyphs, is simply a case of our own minds finding a pattern where there is none. In this view, the ancient Egyptians were simply brilliant, a civilization with a profound understanding of astronomy and a deep spiritual reverence for the cosmos. The pyramids were not a Stargate, they were a testament to the power of the human spirit. The myths were not a record of a lost past, they were a beautiful, collective dream, and in that dream there is a profound truth about what it means to be human. Second, there is the theory of the Atlantean legacy. This view suggests that the pyramids are not a monument to a single pharaoh, but a timeless memorial to a lost civilization. The advanced knowledge of the ancient Egyptians was not their own, but was inherited from the survivors of Atlantis, who in their profound spiritual wisdom escaped to the shores of Egypt and gifted humanity with their immense technology. The pyramids were not a Stargate to the cosmos. They were a Stargate to our own lost past, a final piece of technology from a brilliant human civilization that was lost to the sea. The Sphinx and its lost chambers are the last silent legacy of a people who chose to protect humanity from its own destructive power by sealing away their most profound knowledge. Third, and perhaps the most audacious, is the theory of the extraterrestrial visitors. This view suggests that the pyramids were not built by humans at all, but by or with the direct help of an advanced, non-human civilization. The precise celestial alignments, the technology of the energy fields, and the hieroglyphs of the flying craft and the gods from the sky are all a direct record of a presence from another world. The pyramids are not a part of our history. They are a profound, living, and potentially active piece of cosmic technology. The Stargate is not a piece of human ingenuity. It is a final message from a civilization that visited our planet, mapped it for their own purposes, and then left behind a monument to their presence. Unanswered questions. Each of these theories is compelling, yet each leaves a series of unanswered questions. Why have the hidden chambers of the Sphinx and the forbidden tunnels beneath the pyramids been sealed away? Why has the official record been so meticulously and deliberately suppressed? And most profoundly, if the Stargate could still work today, what would happen if it were to be activated? Would we be reunited with our own lost ancestors? Or would we open a door to a new and perhaps deeply unsettling presence? The pyramids of Giza, with their silent, unchanging faces, are a timeless, cosmic reminder that our history is not what we have been told. They are a profound, living, and active piece of ancient technology. The question is not just what the pyramids are, but what they are waiting for. So, as you drift into a peaceful rest tonight, a part of you can find solace in the thought that somewhere in the silent, timeless sands of Egypt, a grand and beautiful cosmic story is waiting for us to find it.